grade. I'm going to show you guys what it was like in the bowl today as they were announcing picks. And it may be hard to see here on our screen, and the sound, you're probably just going to hear a lot of cheering. But just drink this in for a second. This is what it was like inside Lambeau Field when Barryn Sorrell was picked by the Packers. Pretty sure this was Barryn Sorrell. I hope I'm not screwing this up. Let's see what's it showing here. Round 4. Was he a 4th rounder, Jacob? Is that right, Barryn Sorrell?
Yep, that should be him.
24.
Yep. All right, here we go. Here was Barryn Sorrell getting drafted. We were sitting in the bowl, front row, watching him get drafted and announced by Roger Goodell. And then we got another video kind of giving a little backstory of why he was at the draft. Really quick. Here we go.
You sent somebody else out to do that. John Blair, they're booing him. The young man is here today, so we want to introduce him. So give him a big round of applause. With the 124th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Green Bay Packers select Barryn Sorrell, defensive end. Let's
Just so everybody knows, that Apache Indian is my wife. Okay.
Yeah! You heard it from a fan right here. That's really oh. On his jersey tomorrow.
All right, so there you go. That was, like I said, live in the bowl there. Barryn Sorrell is what? Is that what we heard Goodell say? Sorrell? So that's probably how you pronounce it, I would imagine. Tim, if you'll get me a screen grab ready here. They had him at the podium. Just tell him a little background. And shout out to Jason Wilde. Listen, this is what Jason Wilde does best. He's all about finding the story in the Packers. He's not so much about the X's and O's and this and that. He's more about where's the article we can write about the story behind the player being picked. And I'm pretty sure it's him that asked this question. He tweeted this video out on X earlier today. But here was what Barryn Sorrell had to say at the podium. Let me get it up here real quick. All right, here we go. Let's let me change that real quick. I want to make sure we don't get hit with nothing. All right, here we go. Here's Barryn Sorrell.
We've gotten to see kind of the full spectrum of your emotions now, from the joy to how much your family means to you. Is emotion a big part of your game too, in addition to your style of play? Is that the kind of guy you are?
Here we go again.
I didn't want to get you started.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, definitely a very passionate player, man. I play for something that's bigger than just football and more to me. And that's really just, it starts with my family. I lost my oldest brother when I was 16, and at that time I had to make a decision in my life, and I made the decision to give football everything that I got, and that's what's got me here, and that adds to the chip that's been on my shoulder along with the recruitment and how I just maneuvered through things. And man, it's just a lot that went through my life. That went on in my life that I was able to get through to get where I am and to the opportunities that I've had in the past. So I'm always gonna have that passion and that hunger, and that's honestly what makes me the player that I am.
So if you're wondering too why he was at the draft, there's a little backstory that he wanted to be there so he could walk across the stage and hug Roger Goodell, no matter what pick it was. So I thought it was awesome that Roger Goodell went out there. It'd been real easy for Roger to go, hey, you guys take these later rounds. But he hung around. I know people like to bash Roger, and I get it. But I thought that was awesome that he kind of hung around there. Jacob, Randy Cleavers with the Super Chat says, how are we feeling about this draft so far? The Packers pick is in. We're going to hit that as soon as we get the information. But Randy, I feel good about it, and I think it was true just a second ago, if I remember correctly. Said it best. You don't feel like you got to steal from anybody. Like, oh, this guy's an absolute. It just feels like a good draft. Is the best way I know to describe it. But it's a pick.
Ooh, look what we just did.
30 visits.
Pick is in.
Hey,
Another one off our board. John Williams, guard out of Cincinnati.
And if you're wondering,
Let's go.
That's another top 30 visit.
Another top 30.
East-West Shrine Bowl captain. Met with the Packers, threshold set 30 visits. He was 334 on our board. He was 78th in PFF last year and 150 the year before. Really what pulls him down is the PFF big board at 277 and consensus at 281.
So that's had four emojis on our board, right? Team captain. Packers met with him at the East-West Shrine Bowl, met the athletic threshold, and had him in for a top 30 visit.
Mm-hmm.
So again, we'll get to him here in a second. I'll get his card ready. Let's focus on Barryn Sorrell, and then we'll attack these as we get to them in real time.
Hey,
so
just real quick, Emilio, the board is awesome, dude. You crushed that, dude. This board is awesome.
It was. I'm telling you, as awesome as it is as the finished product, the process of building it forces you to learn about the draft.
Yeah,
That's what I love about it. It's like you'll find yourself, Jacob, watching football next year now that you had that physical board in front of you, and somebody will make a play. I remember that dude in the 5th round, because you dove into it so much now, But so Barryn Sorrell, 2021 minimal snaps, but a 54.9. 2022 a 63.7. 2023 jumps all the way to a 72.9, and then 2024 took a slight dip back to 71.5. So scored in the 70s his final 2 years in college. Last year's pass rush grade was a 74.6, run defense grade 73.0, with an overall defensive grade of 71.5. PFF had him listed at 6'4", 260. Going to be an edge defender out of Texas. It was really cool to see Matthew McConaughey. If you guys, I'm sure you know who he is, famous actor. He's a big Texas Longhorns fan. I tweeted about both these guys, both Matthew Golden and Barryn Sorrell. And then, Tim, I think you pointed out to me that Matthew Golden was fired up. What was it he said? Do you remember what it was he said in the tweet?
Oh, he had a tweet about, when that pick was announced, he basically said, I'm paraphrasing, but used the word "we" a lot. So you've already got your first round pick, future of your franchise at wide receiver type guy is already saying we. He's already owning being a Packer, and he said he's fired up to have one of his teammates here in the same draft class. So he said we're ready to get to work, and I love it.
That's awesome.
Both sides of the ball. We got some Texas Longhorns. I love it.
Amelia, what do you think about Barryn Sorrell? Then we'll turn it over to Jake.
I'm excited, man. Bringing a little competition there on the D line. Somebody that plays with heart, plays for something, like you said, bigger than himself. I love that, and I love that he was there for it, and just getting to live it up. You could hear the crowd through the bowl. I mean, out into the bowl, it was really awesome, and just being able to be there for him, and so cool that it was for Green Bay too, right? Like, I mean, if it was for another team, it would have happened, but I just think that's awesome that we got him here now.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, Jacob. What do you think about it?
Yeah, man, I'm very excited. I think Barryn Sorrell is going to be a good puzzle piece there to plug in there, and more importantly, I got to highlight my man Daryl. As always, he says, "LOL." And you guys were thinking that the Packers would trade up or trade down. I somehow knew that Goody was going to follow through with the draft and see how it all pans out. Next year, we're going to have.
You're an amazing person. You know that, don't you?
And then we're going to have a Daryl board. So,
Daryl, you nailed it, bub. Congratulations, man. You got it. I remember you talking about that all draft season.
I do too.
All right. Anything else on Barryn Sorrell?
No.
Go.
Good to go.
That was a big old chunk of Reese cup in that ice cream out there.
It's Reese's. Reese's.
It's funny. I was talking to Eric about this the other day.
Were you?
I said, Jacob threw it in. Ooh, threw a poopy fit. Because been around the guys all day. I said, Jacob threw a hissy fit the other day because I said Reese's cup. He said, it's Reese's. I went, what do you say when you want one of those, Eric? He said, damn Reese's cup, man. I'm like, thank you. All right. When you get the pieces, right? We say Reese's Pieces is what we say. I guess Jacob says Reese's Pieces. Oh, man, come on. I don't know.
Would you like some Grey Poupon as well, Jacob?
With your Reese's Pieces. You got to sit up straight and tuck your chin in when you say it, just to make it pronounced right. Mandy, is it Reese's or Reese's? How do you say it? Be honest.
Okay, don't.
When you're talking about Reese's Pieces, Reese's
All right.
Reese's
Okay. First of all, don't get Miss Beals
What
into
about the
this.
cup?
All right.
Now, you be honest. You may agree with Jake. Do you say Reese's?
Jacob, we're within driving distance.
Yes, ma'am.
Come down there and whoop that ace.
Sorry, Miss Mandy.
You see how she did that? She didn't cuss. She said ace. I mean, come down and whoop that ace.
I'm gonna go sweep. I'm gonna go sweep the kitchen.
So if it was just a human named Reese, it's Reese.
Hold on. The chat has spoken, guys. Come on now.
So I think I agree with. I actually, unfortunately, now agree with Jacob, but we're gonna call it Reese's.
There you go. So we're gonna have to end the stream early so I can get a separate flight home. All right, so that's gonna work. So
Thank you, dude. I feel a lot of
Roman,
love.
you gotta leave Jacob alone.
Come on,
All right.
Cheesehead Murph. Let's go.
She said Murph.
Reese,
Reese.
see? And Murph, I'm pretty sure. Now Murph,
Nope.
Murph isn't in Wisconsin, but I don't think he's technically down here in Redneck. So
Just telling
Jacob is
you
right.
guys.
Says STM40. We need to put a poll question up, don't we?
Oh
All
man.
right, let's not waste our time with this. I know Jacob's going to win.